So you always hear the phrase, the rich get richer, and it really makes a lot of sense because once you have a lot of money, you see this domino effect. And if you only have, say, $1,000 or so, you're not gonna see insane returns on your money unless you put your money in something like AMC or GameStop or something pertaining to one of those meme coins. If you only have $1,000 and you see a 10 to 20% return, then that ROI is only going to be $100 to $200. Can you tell I'm a mathematician? But if you have $1 million and you see a 10 to 20% return, that ROI is going to be $100,000 to $200,000, which is a lot more moolah. But the main question here is how can we get to that point? Because everyone sees guys like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, all those guys that just have insane amounts of wealth. They don't see steps 1 through 9, they just see them at steps 10 where they are now. And obviously their wealth is a little more ridiculous and maybe that's not attainable for the average person. But how can we get to the point where we're seeing, say, a 10 to 20% return that equivalates to $100,000 to $200,000 or anything like that? Because that's definitely achievable for the average person. Although everyone does have situations, I think the majority of people watching this video can definitely achieve that wealth. And this video is actually inspired by something I saw on TikTok, because if it's on TikTok, it must be true. I'm going to talk about 3 things I think every single person watching this video should do. Yes, that's right, all 15 of you. Every single person should do if they want to become wealthy. And the first step, Ola, yes, I am fluent in Spanish still, is to get yourself educated. The first time someone does anything, I hate how that thing's going off right there, so hopefully this comes out okay, but the first time someone does anything, regardless of what it is, whether it's skiing, golf, personal finance, wanting to get yourself wealthy, whatever the case may be, yes, my bottom is very, very wet from that right now in case you're wondering. Anyway, moving on. If you want to be successful and be good at it, you have to get yourself educated first. No one just starts off skiing and they're fantastic. No one just starts a business and automatically they're a multi-millionaire. No one just starts playing golf and automatically they're Tiger Woods. A lot of people, when they start playing golf, they'll start taking baseball swings if they've never played golf before. I know because I still do it. And a lot of times these ventures you might be starting or might be thinking about starting really might seem scary, and that makes a lot of sense, especially if you have no idea what you're doing, like me every single day of my life. But the bigger they are, the scarier they are. And if you dive full force into something, it's honestly gonna be really complicated and really scary all around. So whatever you wanna do, whatever your goal is, if you wanna start a business, if you wanna retire early, if you just wanna learn a new skill, educate yourself first regardless of what it is. If you want to build wealth through the stock market, learn about the stock market, learn how stocks move, learn about what the stock market is, learn how to buy a stock, learn what a stock is, start from the basics. If you want to build wealth through real estate, learn about real estate, learn how to value properties, learn about how to flip houses, learn how to rent out houses, learn about how houses and homes appreciate over time, learn about all those things. Have a plan, guys, and educate yourself.
Yeah, this is it. Go! Go!
The second thing up on this list, and originally I had this written down as friends that make good financial decisions, but I guess you could even change it to friends that make good decisions, if you know what I mean. Okay, so egg whites cause health, oatmeal cause health, coffee cause increased heart rate, Monster because additional increased heart rate. So if you are hanging around with people that are, wow, we haven't been on the couch in a really long time. Anyway, if you're hanging out with people that say love to go out every weekend, love to go to the bar every weekend, love to order dozens of shots every single weekend and just love to blow money and time and feel like awful, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's really what you'd like to do. But if you're hanging around with people that are like that, you're most likely going to be like that as well. And if that's the type of people you're hanging out with, I really can't fault you for going out with them, because we're humans. Like, that is what we want to do. We want that social connection. We want to be loved. And even if you say, all right, I'm not going to go out this weekend, I'm not going to go out with my friends, the issue is you're going to want to, because you're going to want that social interaction. If you don't go out, you're going to feel like me in middle school, where you were the last kid picked in kickball. And your friends, if they're good friends and they really respect what you're trying to do, if you're trying to save money or just not drink or go out or whatever the case may be, they're gonna say, you don't have to come out with us. We're just offering, we're giving you the invitation to come out with us. Karen, it's not that easy. Just take your fish oil. Like, it's not that easy to just say no, especially when A, you're in the habit of doing it, or B, you do want to go out and have that social interaction and be friendly with people and just go out and get out of your house. It's kind of like the same thing if you're dieting, right? Like, say you're trying to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, or whatever the case may be, but everyone in your household is just eating terrible, like ice cream, pizza, takeout all the time. It's gonna be so hard for you to lose that weight and stay on track with your diet, because you're just in that environment. And if you're around people that say are eating healthy and are also trying to lose weight, or just trying to put really the proper nutrients in their body, it's going to be so much easier for you to stay on point with your diet and lose that 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, whatever amount of weight you're trying to lose. I've always said this, it's really, I've always been someone that's always thought you have a choice. Like, you have a choice to, if you want to make the right financial decision. You have a choice to, if you want to stay on point with your diet. You always have a choice. But I'll also say it's much harder, as I hinted at earlier and as I said earlier, to do these things if you're putting the hand in the cookie jar, if you know what I'm saying. So, the last thing up on this list that we're going to talk about is you need to give it time. It's the most basic one, but it's also very important. Now, this one's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to go through this really quick, and then I'm going to wrap up the video after I go over this point. So, I feel like the majority of people who aren't rich or don't become wealthy or don't obtain the wealth that they want to obtain is because they don't give themselves enough time. If they might do something for, say, a couple of days or a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of years, and it doesn't work out and they end up just stopping. And if you look at someone like Warren Buffett, the majority of his wealth came after he turned 60 years old. So obviously he started buying his first stock when he was 11. From 11 to whatever he is now, I think 91 or 92. I don't even know how it's possible that he's still working. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. It takes a long time, and it takes a long time of being consistent if you really want to achieve this wealth. I was listening to the Facebook conference call the other day, or I guess metaverse, as you can call it now, which is really going to be weird to say. Imagine like 30 years from now, when everyone like my age has kids, and we're going to be like, back in my day, it was called Facebook, not Metaverse, which I actually love that decision to change that name, by the way. But anyway, that's besides the point. And I don't remember the exact quote of what Zuck said, but I remember Mark Zuckerberg saying something pertaining to their VR and AR, and he said something along the lines of, I remember the first couple of years of working on this, and all I could think was, a couple of years of working on this. How many people would work on something for a couple of years? And I feel like that percentage is very small, which is why a lot of people don't obtain this wealth and don't obtain this level of growth that I always talk about. But Zuckerberg said it as such a casual thing, like, I remember the first couple of years of working on this. Like, I don't remember exactly what it had to do with off the top of my head, like the exact quote I mean, but it was really eye-opening, because I really, like I just said, don't think the majority of people are willing to put in a couple of years of work for an incredible gain. So all I can say to that is, when you think about giving up, regardless of what it is, whatever venture it is, whether it's investing or learning something new or whatever the case may be, remember why you started, guys. Remember why you started. That's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!